I've got the main man himself.
Hold on.
Tyrone McKenna.
How much do I owe for that fucking introduction? 20 quid?
20 quid, I'll take it. I'll take the 20 quid, you know I will. Well, you're dressed to impress as always.
Always. A lot of people think I'm going to a slumber party.
Are they jammies?
No, they're not. They're the new style, they're the new trend. People will be out there, they'll be running about looking like this.
Well, if anyone goes out and dresses like you, they should post me a photo on Twitter.
Exactly,
like
yes. Tag me.
Zero. Zero offers.
Be fucking flan, moustaches, fucking pyjamas, maybe full piece of pyjamas.
There you go. Well, let's just jump into enough of your fashion crisis, whatever you want to call it. DARRAGH Foley, I mean, you mentioned he was ranked 5 in the world and stuff like that. You've spoken about being world champion or having ambitions to be at world level. Does this get you there?
I think 100%. I mean, after I beat him, and I believe that I will beat him, it puts me right up there in the rankings, top 15 in the world. Another one defence in your top 8 or 7. So you're right there on the cusp of big fights. After this fight, I'll be calling out previous world champions or on fringe world champions, because
name them.
Name them. You love names, don't you?
Names.
Do you know what? The only name that's sticking in my head is I want to fight Ramirez. He's world champion. He's WBC.
He's fine.
I know he's unifying.
Yeah.
So, but there's people like Ryan Martin who Josh Taylor fought. I'd love to fight him. There's Seduso. There's
big names,
Postal. I mean, there's loads of names out there that I'd love to fight, and I think they're exciting fights for me. Do you know what? Especially Irish. I want to be the king of Ireland always, and I believe I'm the king of Ireland.
That's super lightweight, not.
That's super lightweight. Yeah. Come on, not there yet. There's some big names in Ireland, but you know, it's just a rivalry and the pride and stuff, and I'm a very prideful person.
It's Belfast versus Dublin.
Yeah, once you get in that Belfast Dublin kind of thing, you bite down your gums a little bit harder. You become more grittier, and you want it more. I'm very fight for it with my heart, and the bigger the fight, the more heart that you need, and I believe that it always shows on these kind of fights. But at the minute, I don't really give a shit. I want to win that belt on Friday. That's all that's in my head. Nothing else in front of us in my head. I want to win this belt. I want to look good doing it. I want to show how good I am, and then I'll start concentrating on what's next, and hopefully it will be, Phil. That's the most serious comp I've ever took. Who ever fought not eating KFCs, drinking every day? Only joking.
No, you're not.
Do you know what? Just, nutrition is a massive thing. We finally got a nutritionist on board. He's had me feeling great all the way through. Not just get my weight down, but feeling energetic. And feeling energetic.
DARRAGH Foley getting some info on you.
Just feeling energetic for every training session, so you can put more training in with Danny Vaughan. You can actually get the game plan. You can actually get what he's trying to teach you, instead of feeling sluggish and sparring's been unbelievable with Sean McComb and Sean McCullough and stuff. And I just feel like I'm probably the best I've ever been, and I'm buzzing for it. Even fight week, I feel great. Normally I'm dead. I'm cooped up in bed crying because of make weight, but I feel good. I'm 2 pound over this morning.
With me, I've got DARRAGH Foley. First time I've met you, DARRAGH. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Looking sharp and feeling better.
You're looking much sharper. I've got to go down because you're looking a little bit more.
Shout out to D Graham, tailor made. You know, I thought Tyrone would be looking sharp himself, so I said I gotta do the double on him. Look,
but you have done double on because look at the state.
I know, yeah. He's at the dressing. He's wearing his pajamas fucking 2 days early.
That mean you're gonna knock him out?
Who knows, man? We'll see. But I've had a very good camp. Everything's gone to plan, and I'm feeling the best I've ever felt. So it does. It gives you that little. You know what I mean? You wanna. It doesn't. Like, there's no pressure. Everyone's saying no. It's no pressure, man. I don't feel like it. But it does give you that extra spark, you know, going in against a fellow Irishman. He's labelled the King of Ireland.
I was going to say that, yeah.
He's a new king in town, so.
There was just one last little standoff. I think that reluctance is about the only sense of reluctance there's going to be between these pair tonight. Here we go then. How long before McKenna gets dragged into a scrap? All the advantages you think in height and reach, perhaps, and skills too, but Foley likely to bring some heat, and he's got some experience in that corner as well tonight, Barry.
And travelling, and I know he's lost on his shows before, but travelling, he's lost on his travels, I should say. But he won't be overall, because he has travelled, so he's used to it. The whole being away from home and all that process is slightly different. So he comes in with a wealth of experience here, Foley.
TJ Doherty was one of the big stories of last year, part of his team. Big warm embrace between them before Foley came out for this first round.
Well, a man out there with Japan to win his world title. Unbelievable.
What a measured start this from Foley. Clipped a couple of times on the way in. McKenna telling me this week that he really is in the form of his life. He's brought on board a nutritionist for the first time, Stephen Floyd, and he says it's not so much that the fact that he's done the weight the best he's ever done it, it's the fact that he's felt so energised in those sessions with Danny Vaughan up in Glasgow during that camp, and that's what gives him the confidence and real energy and enthusiasm coming into this.
He's getting clipped now and again here, McKenna, but what he's doing well is when Foley throws one, he throws 3 and 4.
Hands low, almost Matador, trying to tempt Foley into a lunge.
That's good there, good left hand there from Foley. He throws one, McKenna throws 4, 3.
Tip for tap, but that was a nice short right hook from McKenna. Foley trying to hold him when he had him up close. McKenna done rounds and rounds of sparring with the talented Sean McComb, who we saw on an ESPN Plus IFL TV show here just a few months ago. McComb being trying to emulate the style of Foley in those spars.
Good body shot there from McKenna. Short little left uppercut. Just under the elbow there of Foley. Oh, good right hook there from Foley.
Yes, he's been missing and lunging with that shot. He's been punished a few times, but he managed to land with that one.
But he's really gambling, isn't he, with that overhand left. It's really long, he's bowling it over, he's straight
to be beaten by the talented Akeem Ennis-Brown as we go into the second round of this one. Of course, Chris Jenkins has gone on to win the British title since then.
With a fantastic performance, lovely little skip back there from McKenna there with a nice little left uppercut, right hook. And that's where, I think it was great advice there from Foley's corner. But walking, when he's in the centre, just try and press him and walk him down. Don't engage or don't lunge into anything silly.
Oh, both landing shots, and there you see the irresistible lure of fighting to Tyrone McKenna, just holding his feet, took a shot, immediately wanted to throw back. Remember when we were in Glasgow for the Benson fight? We're going to see Lewis Benson, by the way, tomorrow night. We're going to be in Glasgow. We'll bring you that, of course.
Good that McKenna, right hook there from McKenna.
He just kind of manhandled down, but that was a terrific fight in Glasgow. It went to within 1 point between the pair of them, and McKenna he had all sorts of marks and bruises and cuts that night.
Good little body shot there from Foley and in close. It's not bad tactics here from Foley. Rather than trying to throw punches from too far out and fall short and get countered, which has happened in the last round, he's sort of rushing McKenna.
Oh, heads coming close together again, both getting through shots. I think maybe any prediction, this might be a boxing match from me. I think that's gone out the window right now.
I think there might be a little nick, the corner of the right eye there of McKenna.
I think there might be a blemish somewhere on the face. Oh, Foley too, but this might be the action that Foley was after.
And there's Foley there, just keeping his hands up high when they're in close.
He is the shorter man quite significantly. Maybe if he gets in that sort of range, it'll suit him. There he clips McKenna on the way out.
Punch for punch, isn't it, at the minute?
It's kind of hard to split who's doing what best. Oh, that's much better from McKenna.
Good shot there from McKenna. That's what 1-2 down the pipe.
Fantastic second round. This is the fight that everybody was expecting and predicting.
Tell you something, I think McKenna's feeling the pace more than Foley at the minute.
Looks like it. I think the rhythm and nature of the fight, Foley looks more comfortable with it so far, but we've seen McKenna go through the trenches in the past.
Just like on the first round where he was trying to throw from too far out and getting caught lunging in, and he's rushing McKenna and forcing him to fight, forcing him into a bit of a gunfight.
I think that's a very fair point. Still probably guilty of holding his feet though, McKenna, I think it's fair to say. Clipped by a right hand.
So what Foley's doing quite well is he's coming in, he's getting caught coming in at time, but he's coming in low. So McKenna can't rattle off like he was in the first round.
Interesting that McKenna's trying to get on the front foot and maybe control things his way.
It was lovely work from McKenna then, and he just held his feet and got caught back then from Foley. Do the work, take half a step out, take a different angle, come again.
Both landing, oh, terrific left hand, and just for the first time Foley back on his heels. Oh. And back comes Foley, no surprise.
Let him go. Let him go, boys.
Coming into this, McKenna was kind of predicting a knockout, and I was slightly wary of the fighters when they do that and will potentially have the prospect of being tough fights anyway. McKenna fans trying to cheer their man on.
Good there from McKenna, nice solid right jab. And then waited just a little bit and then jumped in with another attack. Didn't smother his work.
Well, it's tit for tat, isn't it? But is this a better round from McKenna?
Yeah, I think it is for me.
Kids are beating. You can see he's got dad on the top of his socks, just above his shorter boxing boots. McKenna, all that eye is worse. Blood is now trickling down, slightly down the cheek, slightly into the eye.
I've just seen it as you were talking, just seeing dabbing at the eye there, McKenna. Good work again from him though. Again, that's a little bit of just the difference between the two at the minute. Foley's throwing one, he's throwing three. Just like it was in the first round.
Oh, and heads coming close together there. Is Foley trying to rough him up? The kids, Ava and Tyrone Jr. might be just looking from behind the sofa right now. Being clipped on the way in, Foley. It's been another hard round though, as much as McKenna appears to have improved through it. Being able to eat stuff that he'd never have thought possible, you know, carbohydrates and breads. Even been looking forward to the beet juice in the afternoon. It's been powering him through some of those sessions.
Good work there from McKenna. Again, just keeping that, just getting a little bit better distance on his shots, so you can wing them in a little bit more. A bit more snap on the punches.
Oh, there's a good body shot from McKenna. Then a terrific left hand coming back from Foley.
Good body shot again there from Foley with the right hook.
Is there going to be one big punch that might just settle this? Is fatigue going to play a part as the rounds roll on?
A very valid point there, Alex, when we get to if we get to the later round.
Because every round has been hard and physical, as well as you suspect mentally demanding too.
But he used that feint again though, Foley.
There's the jab from McKenna. Danny Vaughan was on his feet applauding with that little cameo from Tyrone.
Good body shot there from Foley. Just seen him just a second ago jump in with a reckless right hook, and luckily he didn't have to pay the price there. McKenna was not really on top of him. It was that shot there, but he had his feet off the floor and missed wildly.
Foley has got himself into tremendous shape for this, you can see, and he does look ever so slightly more comfortable with the pace so far.
He's a feint here now, Foley, when he's coming forward. Double feint, and then throw. You either get a reaction from McKenna with, he either throws a shot or he moves back.
Back comes Foley again. A minute to go in this fourth.
Good body shot. The output's gone down here, hasn't it? Just a little bit from McKenna.
I think the pace might have just dropped too, Barry. Theoretically, that might suit McKenna.
Nice little 1-2.
Yeah, and again, just a bit lazy on the way out, McKenna, getting clipped with a shot that he probably shouldn't be hit with.
Oh, lovely uppercut there. Just skimmed him with the straight two punch combination, but a lovely uppercut there. Having a good round here though for me, Foley.
He is. The kind of classier, eye-catching shots are coming in from McKenna, but it looks like Foley. Oh,
shot.
Foley answering back, and then you see the pull down though through the second half.
That's nice there from McKenna. See, the jab's important because it just offsets Foley and forces him to throw from a distance where he's not quite got the range. Then he falls short, then you throw those fast bursts of combinations. And for Foley, good shot there from Foley. He double feint with that front foot. Try and draw something or force the fella back onto the ropes.
Oh, a couple of nice shots in there from McKenna as well, all on the left hand.
Nice from McKenna there, that's a bit of fluency in his work.
Yeah, he just got up on his toes at the end of the fourth round, didn't he? That sort of final combination, I think just gave him a little spur, and I think that was influenced his body language when he came out at the start of this round. Oh, good combination from Foley though.
Yeah, lovely uppercut, then a right, then a left hook, left hand over the top, wasn't it? Lovely right hook there as well from Foley.
Both these men have proved their toughness, they've proved their chin and durability. Both have been beaten, neither stopped. And it looked as though Jack Catterall, who's destined for a world title challenge sometime very soon, it looked as though he was going to blow McKenna away. And that was extraordinary courage and bravery and comeback ability that night from McKenna.
Good jab. Just being able to, not with loads of authority, just being able to maybe control the distance just a little bit better in this round. McKenna using the footwork.
Inside the final minute, spends those 10-week camps up in Glasgow in that madhouse apartment alongside McComb and McCullough. And he comes back, I think, 2 or 3 times in between to see with the family. Kids home tonight, but Katrina's his partner here, mum and dad, Deirdre and Dermot, and his inspiration, his brother Kieran, all ringside tonight.
Just a wild swing there from Darragh Foley. Hasn't been able to be that effective with the pressure in this round.
No, I think that's because the movement and the jab and the boxing from McKenna. And there's Foley trying to tempt him in. Gold and green and tartan. And Lands a shot there, Foley, right at the start of this one as the heads come close together again, and I think there's a nick on the left eyelid of McKenna after that.
Nice little short left hand over the top as well there from Foley.
Yeah, little spurt of blood coming from the right eye. He's marked up again, and that's a nasty little nick. Stroke gash for McKenna.
Choppy left hand there.
He might be bleeding from the mouth too, McKenna. The heads did come close, very, very close together. Looked like head damage.
So I'm talking about Foley, trying to rough him up now a little bit, Foley. So Foley throwing the feint, McKenna throws a feint. Then throws a real solid right-hand jab.
He's gritting his teeth here, Foley. He knows he's got to close the distance. He's trying. Oh! Yeah, I think quite right. The referee trying to get a grip of this.
Don't get any points for knocking the referee out.
He is blinking at it. I think that's a bit of a nuisance, that new cut on the left eye. Oh, good jab there from Foley too. That's not going to help McKenna's cause.
Good fight back there from McKenna off the ropes.
It was, but Foley was happy just to try and roll and take them on the gloves and maintain the pressure, and he's been able to do that in this round. It's been a rough, tough round. It's not always been pretty, but I think one way or another it's been effective for Foley.
The jab's been a real solid shot, hasn't it, for Foley in this round. Real jarring right hand.
The finishing line's going to seem a long way off now. Oh, huge shot, hands down, walks straight into that McKenna. Big round this for Foley.
Perfectly done. That was right over us, that was that shot. He used his eyes there, Foley. Just looked at the belly there, looked at the stomach there of McKenna before he threw that left hand.
And that left eye is getting worse all the time, Barry.
Great effort here in this round from Foley.
It is, and listen, it all started with something that isn't within the rules of boxing. It definitely was a head clash, not deliberate, but it was a head clash, got very untidy, and that really propelled Foley forward. And the McKenna corner, he's had two big-ish rounds. I think every time he's done that, McKenna's been able to regroup and turn the table in the next round. So significant this seventh with the stretch upon us.
They've all been tight. They've all been relatively tight rounds, haven't they? To score, to be honest.
Foley's got the bit between his teeth now, though. You can see it. You can sense it. That was good from McKenna.
Better again there with the two-punch combination also.
I bet his beloved post-fight Guinness in the cutting seems a long way off for Tyrone McKenna right now, because still some 10-15 minutes of real hard graft potentially ahead of him. And all the way through we've been saying that Foley does look comfortable enough with the rhythm and the pace of the fight.
But his pace to start this round off is reduced a little bit. I think he would have build on the success he had in the previous round and try and really keep it on for McKenna, but he hasn't, and he's left a bit of a gap between the two. And for me, so far, McKenna's been able to get some punches together.
He's got to be careful when they're up close like that, just kind of throwing sort of slappy shots over the head willy-nilly. He's already had one warning for the referee, but he's getting through with another couple of shots here in this seventh.
Good there from McKenna.
Yeah, the referee was onto it. It wasn't a shot that put him down.
He's coming forward constantly, Foley, but for the most part, up to this point, not very effective with the scoring shots. I think McKenna's just been picking them off.
And particularly after that 6th round, you did think that Foley, it was such a big round for him, and, you know, marking up the face of McKenna one way or another. You would have thought he would have put his foot down in this 7th.
Could be a case of he would have if he could have.
Yeah, good point. Will that be the moment that we're reviewing as a potential turning point? Will actually be the stumbling in the road.
That's with a good left hand there, Foley. Good response there, back door from McKenna, 2 little short uppercuts.
Good jab from McKenna too.
The round 6 where Foley really just forced the pace and did tremendously well, real effort. Couldn't sustain it in that round, and for me, and I don't think it was McKenna that took it away from him. I think that Foley just couldn't keep his foot on the gas. Maybe needed a round where he had to sort of regroup.
Trying to get in close again, Foley landing with a couple of shots early in this 8th.
There's only 2 points, but it's only a 10 rounder as well, Alex, so Foley for me now is going to take every round in.
I think it will be one of those fights that people are, do you like the sort of generally cleaner work of McKenna or the aggression and effort of Foley?
Certainly a fight where either fighter's going to think he's just done enough, but I know he's been in a bit of a scrap as well. Nice from McKenna, just a bit more weight on that jab would be so much more effective.
A couple of shots from McKenna.
That's good there, and again there from McKenna.
Yeah, really accurate and putting the combination together. Back comes Foley though.
See, the biggest problem for Foley, he gets caught coming in. I think that's sometimes, you know, he lands with a couple of good shots, but he gets caught coming in, so it takes the little bit of the shine off some of his attacks. With my head movement or feinting with the feet, as I said earlier, to disguise some of these attacks.
First couple of minutes of this, no doubt, all McKenna. And Foley, with the fight on the line, seemingly happy to take a step back. He's done nothing in this round, Foley. That's all well and good.
Well, clever. He knows he got a man who got a short fuse, and he's just trying to goad him into a war, trying to close the distance. Because he had no do with his feet in the last couple of rounds, so psychologically he's trying to get McKenna involved in a war.
Nice little short right hand from McKenna, but back comes Foley with a rare shot landed in this round. And you do have to feel that in the end of the 6th round, the fight was there for Foley. And well, that he and his team, he particularly look back on that moment going into the 7th as the page turner and a wrong turn taken.
Well, for me it does, because it puts a lot of pressure.
Oh, well, I think he was falling over. There was 2 shots landed there. I think he was falling. He did walk on to 2 shots, Foley, and having maybe started to let the fight slip himself, but there was a shot. He may have been falling over anyway, Foley, maybe, but it was the punch on the side of the head that helped him on his way, and he must feel now that he's got to go for it.
Oh, he's got to go for broke, has he? Got to gamble with everything, really has. And more than anything, he's got to be so active with his hands now. And this is where he needs to be, on the chest here of McKenna.
I think McKenna needs to watch that head though. Once again, that is dangerously close from Foley.
But what you were saying earlier, I think that 7th round, it was the turning point. But if Foley wins that round, it puts the pressure on McKenna. It's only 1 point or it's level, whichever you have it, then all of a sudden there's a lot of pressure on McKenna.
Oh, how often do we see boxing being about momentum, Barry?
Well, that's why it's very important to dictate the pace. You haven't got to be the guy coming forward all the time to dictate the pace. If you can slow it down or speed it up by using tricks, footwork, a solid jab, Oh, good. Excellent 1-2 there from McKenna, I should say. And that is no, that's Foley with the gamble, force the pace, but walking onto shots.
Yeah, and maybe he's just, maybe with that cushion now, whether he feels it or not, maybe just McKenna's starting to relax a bit, because he picked a beautiful uppercut there.
Good footwork there from McKenna. We haven't said that too often tonight. What he's done well tonight is McKenna, is he's timed Foley coming in. They haven't really been with uppercuts or real clever punches they're knocking back, but they've been straight 1-2s, good scoring shots. And like I've said, it just takes a little bit of the polish and off some of the work that Foley's been doing when he's got close. He's been taking a couple coming forward.
Inside the final minute then of this 9th round, Foley's tried to bring it. He has been picked off though by McKenna. And although we sort of touched on the sort of body language and wondering about energy levels and all of that, Barry, in truth, McKenna has kind of looked the same all the way through.
Yeah. Oh, good left hand there from Foley. And again, cracking shot there from Foley.
He's trying to
stun McKenna for me, I think, a little bit.
Oh, uppercut goes in as well, and back comes McKenna.
No, you're right though, Alex. Yeah, he looked tired from round 2, but he's continued to fight at that pace.
A little bit of blood now coming from the nose of Foley too. Big surge from him. And again, sort of leaning in, Foley, and he was picked off with a couple of shots back. He says, let's go at it for the fans. And he looks like he's been awarded McKenna again. Landing shots. Foley's never stopped, has he?
Oh, he hasn't. No. He takes a good shot as well, doesn't he?
I think the stats say they're the same height, but I think that might be one of those. They did a good job with that left eye of McKenna, you know.
Yeah.
Because that threatened to get out of control. A couple of big shots there getting in from McKenna. He has boxed in cameos, hasn't he? Maybe when he needed to.
Well, that's what he's done there. You know, two things. When Foley darts forward, he throws straight punches, McKenna. You don't throw him, maybe he could throw more uppercuts. He throws straight punches. And when Foley threw in the early rounds, when Foley was throwing one, he was throwing 3s and 4s, and that was the difference. And that was the only difference, let's be honest.
Yeah, it has been hard all the way through. It's been a physical, demanding fight. I don't expect anything else from this pair getting in the ring.
He's there, he's where he wants to be now, Foley. Got to let those hands go. He's trying to like open up the body with his elbows and try and find that perfect shot, but you just got to let your hands go. Good shot. Darragh Foley there. Again, that's the same overhand left he's had success with all night.
Still throwing out the punches though, McKenna, inside the final minute of this one. Foley needs a grandstand finish. Oh, he has been a bit guilty using the head tonight, Foley.
It's been a grueling, physically a real grueling match. And look at this there from McKenna.
Again, the head and the face of McKenna. I think that maybe the height and the stars are something to do with that lovely uppercut from McKenna off the ropes, smiling to his fans. Oh, big left hand inside the closing 20 seconds from Foley.
Good body shot there as well there from Darragh Foley in the left hand.
Oh, they put it in again, haven't they?
Good jab as well there from Foley.
This is the sort of fight people would hate to see again, and maybe a trilogy. Well, it's McKenna who celebrates at the end of 10 hard-fought rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for both these fighters. They gave it everything! After 10 great rounds, we go to the scorecards. Judge Mark Lyson scores the bout 98-91. Judge Francisco Alioza Rosa scores the bout 97-93. And Judge Nicholas Esnault scores the bout 98-91. All in favour of your winner by unanimous decision and new WBC International Super Lightweight Champion, Tyrone McKENna!
Baby! WBC, baby! Tyrone, you've been asking for a belt, you've fought probably some of the toughest opponents leading up to this fight. You fought another tough opponent in DARRAGH Foley.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Happy, do you know what? I think I give the crowd what they wanted, as well as sticking to the game plan of boxing. So I was sometimes getting dragged into war. Second round I did get hurt with a body shot. It was a fucking lovely wee body shot too. But I held it together and then I got back onto the game plan that Danny Vaughan laid out. But it still made it entertaining. It still entertained the crowd. I think the crowd got their money's worth tonight, and I came home with a belt. I don't think anything surprised me, no. I think the body shot kind of dictated the early rounds. I did feel it, and I felt it near enough well for a fight because it was a nice body shot and stayed with me. But once I was getting boxing, what it's supposed to be doing, standing inside the ring waiting for him to come forward, I was playing to what my strength and what it should have been, and I was catching him nice shots, and I caught him lovely shots every time he came in. I like it because it lets people know that guy loves a war. That guy's always in war. That guy's a scary guy over there. No, do you know what?
When you sit like this, look. You're not a scary guy.
No, do you know what? I just like looking like I just got in a war and just did get in a war. And
did you enjoy it in there?
I love it. I love fights. Like, see the last round, the crowd going mad when I threw a wee flurry, so I threw another 10-punch flurry. I love it. That it just gives me so much energy when I'm in a war.